Hi, everyone. So, this is going to be personal. Stick around and hear me out because this is probably going to be the most important question that you were ever asked by someone, and I am going to ask you that question. This is me talking to you right now. Whoever you are, let's assume, hypothetically speaking, that tomorrow would be your last day on this earth. What would you do? Now, before you answer that question, think clearly, sit with yourself, go inwards deeply, and I want you to think real hard about that answer. But while you think about that answer, let me ask you a few more questions. The follow up questions, right? Would you be able to tell yourself that you are happy with where you are, with the things that you have done, your personal achievements in life, your personal fulfillment, your level of happiness, joy, gratitude, and love that you have had in this life, that you have given in this life? Would you be able to tell yourself honestly that you are satisfied with all of those? If the answer to those questions is yes, then consider yourself a unique, different type of person. Because I don't think very many people would be able to answer yes to all those questions. Here's one thing that I have found out. I've known about this for a while, but you can ask anyone who works in the psychology field, people who, make their living as therapists and things like that, that everybody, when they reach a certain point in their lives and they get older, or should I say, the closer that they approach, the moment where their lives end on this earth, because like I've said before, our lives are finite, right? We have an expiration date here. We may not know when that day is. Most of us don't. But the reality of the situation is that is the biggest question mark that will ever be. We don't know what tomorrow brings. We don't know what the next hour brings. And thinking about that would be a new level of masochism, right? Because what would be the point? I'm not asking you these questions to make you worry about these things. I'm asking you these questions to make you question yourself. How satisfied are you with where you are in your life right now? How you are? How you feel about yourself? How you perceive that others feel about you? Not that that matters though, because you shouldn't worry about those things. What matters is how you feel about yourself. But when you perceive that others feel great about you, your loved ones, the people around you, the people that you care about, if you have people like that in your life, which sadly not a whole lot of people do these days because of the state of affairs and how humanity has reached this point where everyone is like for themselves and everyone is going lone wolf mode, and men are choosing to be alone, women are choosing to be alone, people are not making having relationships anymore, getting married, having children, none of this stuff. This is all dying. Okay, this is a fact. Look at the data. I'm not here to, you know, repeat myself over these issues. I've talked about this many times before. And this is a worldwide phenomenon. This is not something that is exclusive to first world countries, what you would call first world countries, right? This is happening everywhere. Why do you think this is happening? Did you ever ask yourself this question? Where did it all go wrong? What is happening? What is causing this division, this separation, this segregation? What is the end game here? Have you ever asked yourself these questions? Now is the perfect time to do it, because I can absolutely tell you without a shadow of a doubt that this is not normal. This is absolutely not normal behavior. And let me tell you something. When we begin to go against our own nature, and what I mean our own nature, I am talking about the natural order of things. The way things were designed by the Creator Himself. And I understand that not everybody believes in God and things of that nature. But let me tell you something. I can prove to you that He is very real. I don't like to call it He because I don't think it's a single entity. But let me tell you this. This entire universe is composed and made of numbers, patterns, and frequencies. It's all mathematical, and it's all frequency in nature. Now, I don't care if you're a scientist with a PhD. This whole idea and concept of Big Bang and all these things that people have talked about for a long time now, because this idea has been around, right? That everything happened randomly. This is preposterous. You got to be someone with a real low IQ to believe these things. And this is not an attack. If this is triggering you, well, then you should look within to figure out why this is triggering you. Because do you honestly believe, if you're a person with some level of rationale, capable of thinking for yourself, an intelligent person, a smart person, an analytical person, any of these things, if you're any of these things, do you honestly believe that these things that I was talking about, the patterns, the numbers, the frequencies, look at these things very deeply and understand that these things are designed. They don't happen randomly. They're not random. Their nature isn't random. Look up at things like the Fibonacci code, the golden ratio, and come back to me and tell me that is not intelligent design, and it's in everything, every living form, everything that exists in this realm. What some like to call the God code. That right there is the proof that the Creator is a very real thing. That is undeniable. That is a fact. You can scream out of your lungs all you want if you don't believe in God or anything of that nature, but you're going to be screaming into the void. because this you can't deny this. The intelligent design alone is the proof that this is real. I'm out here in the rain making this for you guys. Braving the storm. Look, if tomorrow was your last day, like I said, would you be okay with it in the sense that, you know what, I'm good to go. I feel, I feel, I feel I played my role properly. I fulfill my purpose, whatever that purpose may be. If you even believe that there's a purpose, right? People are people are entitled to their own beliefs and ideas. I'm not here to tell you what to do, how to think. I said this many, many times before. But think about it for a minute. Because like I was saying about therapists and things like that, everybody when they reach their points in their life, they all have regrets. So would you be one of those people that look back and all you see is a life of regret? And what ifs? What if I did it this way? What if I did it that way? I could have done things differently. What would the end result be? This is what a lot of people do. This is what most people do. But the truth is, if you're one of the few perhaps that feels, I'm good. I think I came here to do what I had to do. And I'm ready for the next phase, step, whatever that may be. Because when you have regrets, you're going against your own nature, your own purpose. As a piece of the consciousness that is here to experience itself and all of that there is. The whole point is the experience, not the outcome, not the end result. Because the end result is what you get from the whole experience. Do you understand what I'm saying? The end result speaks for itself. It doesn't need introduction. It doesn't need any special drum roll or any of that stuff. But unfortunately, most of us, we don't realize these things, and we, we, we swim against the current our whole lives, victimizing ourselves and all the stuff that goes along with it, right? How many times have I talked about these things? Not accepting and understanding the fact that all of this here, this is temporary, this is fleeting. I'm not going to say it's meaningless because it's not. It has a lot of meaning. The meaning is the purpose of being here and experiencing all that you are experiencing and all that you will be experiencing before that expiration date arrives. Do you see how profound that is? Can you even grasp, fathom what I'm talking about here? Is it too much? Am I using too many fancy words? I hope not. I'm trying to be as simple as I can be. But ask yourself that question honestly, though. If tomorrow was your last day, would you be okay with it? Would you be able to wake up tomorrow and be like, I'm happy with where I got? I'm satisfied. I'm ready to move on to the next stage, phase of my existence. Because I can tell you one thing. I think most people, would be going through a lot of self-questioning, you know, diagnosing, self-conflict, lots of regrets, lots of things like that. Because that's what we have taught how to be like, how to think like, how to act like. And yeah. And as the rain begins to intensify here, I'm going to close this, my friends. But don't forget, this is all temporary. And it's not meaningless. But live your life as if today was your last day. Without regrets, without remorse. Because tomorrow, you don't know what tomorrow brings. Today could be a last day, technically speaking. Who knows? If you like the content, don't forget to leave a like, share, subscribe. And I'll catch you all on the next one. Take care, my friends. Much love to you all. Until next time.